We are proud too.
You want to see it? It's different from any other one. You know why?
You took it home?
Sharon, you good?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
It does work. Well, it worked upstairs. Okay. Anyway, well, it worked earlier. I have it on video, so I know it worked. Documentation. Yeah, she was laughing at me. She said, yes, you can take it out. She said, if you can get it on the plane.
Oh, please, yes.
Sorry.
No, no.
I do want to do the green screen piece. I need to find a double the offer thing on Donor Shoes because I did the little Google whatever coding thing with my kids and I got a $100 gift card. Then I'm gonna wait till it's a double one. Then I pay for it myself and turn that 100 into 200.
What are you talking about?
So for the
You want a green screen?
I'm probably gonna do a green screen or something. No, I was saying I want to download that app, but I said I need to put another Donor Shoes project. I'm trying to keep like 3 out there at the same time. But I got my $100 gift code from Google, I think it was from. So when there's like a 2 times the match offer, I'm going to go ahead and use my $100 code and hopefully they'll double it.
Right, but what are you trying to get with it?
Well, I don't know yet. I'm just going, I know I'm probably going to do a cardboard stuff because I didn't see that. I just got to make a list first.
Rains on and Deutsch.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's,
Yeah.
is that
That's
right?
fine.
Has anybody been keeping up with their blog or portfolio?
I did mine today, this morning.
I have some base on the portfolio. The blog, the way they have it set up though, it's just, I just get it from the blog. But
I didn't really do anything on blog. I just like,
Yeah, I said
my
I-
first class was this and copy and
Okay.
pasted.
Yeah.
Hi.
And then for the electives, I did say like, the
tried to
electronics
change the
stuff, I was
temperature,
like, I could really use this.
Okay. And I'm not usually cold, so. Have
I
a
don't
seat
think I
wherever, we're
needed
not gonna
to.
sit long. Okay.
Oh, that's my type of class.
So you don't have to be that comfortable. We're just waiting on 2 more people and then we'll get started.
That's been like a lot of notifications.
I have not posted today.
No, I just want to like it.
I just noticed the light volumes.
Oh. Wow. Oh no.
ToyHack.
Remember this one that you said on the list? Wait,
He
this one?
did, it's twice, it just didn't work.
I wonder if that.
Here's mine. I have.
Okay, I just saw you guys.
Hey.
We know you.
Yeah.
You got plugged in?
So let's go ahead and get started with introductions, because last time we used all 90 minutes, so I don't want to take up too much time waiting. But we'll welcome the other people when they get here. And so you're in toy hacking, so if that's not what you intended, maybe we can help you find something else. We'll do quick introductions. I'm sure you guys have done that the whole time, but just so I can kind of know names, teaching context, that kind of thing. My name is Sharon Daly. I'm a faculty member here at IU. And funnily enough, I just heard somebody say I teach reading. That's why I teach reading. So I'm in the Literacy, Culture, and Language Education department, and I do teach reading. And so when I was a public school teacher, I taught first, second, third grades. And then now I teach elementary ed majors. So yeah, it's kind of teaching the teachers kind of thing. And the reason that this fits into literacy, and I'll give you a more detail later, but we have our pre-service teachers do a toy hack activity with some students that they're working with in a field experience. And we tie it to their literacy skills. So we'll talk a little bit about literacy and that kind of thing, but really we're just gonna hack a toy and make a movie, so that'll be great. All right, so let's start. Introduction, name, and teaching context or work context.
Carol, elementary, K-5 instructional tech.
Nice, where?
Bronxville, New York.
Oh, great,
Ariel, K-5, Bay Area Discovery Museum.
great. Oh, in San Francisco.
Right outside of it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of it.
Lindsay Garibay, first grade, Los Angeles, California.
Nice.
I'm Yvonne from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm an instructional support teacher.
I love that you guys are from everywhere.
Rachel Blanch from Dayton, Ohio, first grade, all subjects, inclusion classroom.
Okay, I was just in Dayton 2 weeks ago.
MEC from Patterson, well, I teach in Patterson, New Jersey.
Okay,
I
which
used
is
to
North or
teach-
South Jersey? Okay,
Used to teach technology, but now I'm going to first grade.
congratulations.
Thank you.
They will just make sure they eat lunch and refer to yourself in third person for about 2 weeks.
I know them already.
Oh,
I have a
perfect.
lecture, yeah.
And they know you?
Yep.
Oh, good, then you're fine.
Right.
You gotta refer to yourself in third person so when they get lost in the hall and they say, who's your teacher,
Right.
there's a response.
My high in also Patterson, third grade science and social studies.
Great.
Althea Fox, North Dakota, immersion.
Yeah,
Look up the language immersion and physics student.
so high school?
No,
No.
I'm a physics student, but I teach.
Oh, you're a physics student. Okay,
but,
sorry.
Kindergarten.
Okay, yeah, you gotta do it 6 weeks of your name.
Six
Yeah.
weeks.
6 weeks, third person, it'll be fine. Just don't lose any of them. Parents tend to frown on that.
Yeah, they get
But still, after a year, they're still calling me Mrs. Yard and Mrs. Yard.
Yes, yeah.
And I teach them with a clever yar. They still don't remember.
Oh, heavens no. They're like, I don't know, she thinks she's a pirate.
Yeah, right.
the pirate teacher.
Right, who's your teacher? The one who thinks she's a pirate. And they're like,
At least they know that.
right, yeah. And they know that lunch comes every day. And if you're sarcastic and you say, no, we don't eat lunch on Thursdays, they cry. So, yeah, sarcasm doesn't work. All right, so the story behind this whole idea of toy hacking and literacy came from my colleague, Karen Woolwin. She is, her love of this came from, she's a big tech person, and she also really is very supportive of play-based learning. And so because as elementary teachers mostly, you know, we really do have to spend a lot of time thinking about standards. And even though we may believe in play-based learning also, we've got to really find a real way to mix the two. And so the idea, hi, how are you?
ToyHack.
Great, yes,
Okay,
yep.
awesome.
And can you tell us who you are and what your teaching context is?
Yes, my name is Sang, and I teach middle school in South San Francisco, and I teach computers.
Nice, we have another Bay Area
Okay.
person here.
Yeah.
And so what we have our pre-service teachers do is they work, there's a semester where they work with one student for about 30 minutes once a week. They're in classrooms for 2 hours a week, but they work with the same student once a week. And toward the end of the semester, once they know the student's strengths and needs in reading and writing, we have them come to the Makerspace Lab and hack a toy for their student. So I want you to be thinking about a specific child, a child in your life. Doesn't have to be a student. Somebody earlier did theirs for their neighbor across the street. Because what we want them to know is, what are their students' interests? What do they like? What do they do at home? What do they watch on their computer? I used to say TV. I know not to say that anymore. What movies do they go to? That kind of thing. And then that way, they can tailor that toy to that child. What really throws our pre-service teachers off, because they were all good students, so now they're teachers, so they want to be, and we ask them to kind of put a twist on it. So kind of flip the toy on its head. So for instance, this morning, gentleman in here has a 5-year-old nephew who loves dinosaurs. And so he found a plastic T-Rex, and he literally hacked off Barbie's arms. And now the T-Rex has long arms, and he gave the T-Rex pink hair because his nephew is very boy. And let's see if we can't introduce some pink into this kid's life. And what we then do, so our students take the toy out to the schools, and with their student, they create a movie around this toy. And so that's where we bring in the literacy. So for instance, I had a student last semester, Laura, who was working with a kindergartner named Reagan. Reagan was just kind of getting to know. Oh, good. It's a good one. She was just kind of getting really that handle on beginning, middle, and end in a story that she wrote. And so as they created this narrative and this script for the hack toy, the idea was to really think about beginning, middle, and end. So that's how Laura slid in the standards, while Reagan just went crazy with developing this idea of the story around this toy. So they make a movie. Laura does some really basic editing of it on iMovie, and they show it to the class. And before they show it to the class, Reagan proudly says, and at the end I'm going to ask you what happened in the beginning, the middle, and the end. Because that's how I wrote it. There's a beginning, middle, and end. And so she was, the kids were very excited to watch for that, and they just loved it. And the thing that our students have to get over is that these are the kids' movies, right? And so they don't have to be perfect. And so I always get, how long does it have to be? I don't know. You're the expert on your student. What should be in it? I don't know. You're the expert on your student. What should I say to my student? I don't know. You're the expert. They hate when I say I don't know. I always give them a way to find out. And so that's what I want you to be thinking about. Pick a child in your life. Now it has to be Reagan.
It is already.
Okay, good. Think of Reagan's interest, of your child's interest, and then give it a little twist, some sort of little twist. I do want our classroom teachers to know this. All the materials were purchased in less than 2 hours. That was the score for me, and less than $100. I went to a Goodwill in a neighborhood near where I live that is better off socioeconomically. And so the toy selection, I didn't pay more than $3 for any given toy. And then Joann Fabric, is that a national? Okay, so I bought fabric remnants, leftover 4th of July stuff, and some felt remnants. And that's what you guys have to work with. The fun thing is you guys have some leftovers that the other people pulled out of some friends. So you actually have, some things that they didn't have to think of at first. So you've got some materials here that that are not whole. So some of the work is done for you. We have cutting tools up here, lots and lots of cutting tools. Please use the blocks of wood so I don't get yelled at. And then glue guns, hot glue guns over here in the corner. They're already plugged in and ready to go. And then there's a mat there to keep it going. What I'd like to do, so the question my students always have is, yeah, Sharon, that was really great with one student. How would I ever do this with a class of 25 kids or 32 kids? And so I want to be thinking about logistical questions. Some of your colleagues from earlier, one found an app called Stop Motion Studio, which seemed to work really well for him. Another woman had an app, she couldn't remember the name, something about a green screen.
Yeah, it's green screen.
Great.
I got clicks too.
Perfect. So I'm going to have you add that. iMovie is very, very easy. And then the idea, we were talking about sharing with families, or in the case there were a couple high school teachers in here, their friends, we thought Snapchat would be perfect because it could be nice. It's, we're not looking for a 3-hour movie. We're looking for maybe a 90-second trailer, maybe a 3-minute video. I will be taking pictures. Adam has asked us to do that. I'll put it up on my Twitter feed. I'll put my Twitter name up there. And then if you want me to tag you, I can do that too. All right, questions. Try to talk really fast. We can go. And we're done at 2:30, so we're really only looking at an hour and 15 minutes. I'd love for you to share a product at the end if you have a movie, but it's really whatever you can get done in 75 minutes. So again, cutting tools, glue, fabric, markers, crayons.
Frozen? No, from the movie Star. Isn't it? Oh, unless they cut it off. Oh, he might have. But I didn't see it. It was a movie about the...
There's a crown.
Might make a unicorn.
Oh.
I was going to use this. It's right.
If you've got a question for the group, just shout it out and we'll
This guy has no ears.
kind of help you think through it. So I have to tell you that our undergrads really have an issue with cutting things, appendages and heads off. They're like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad.
I know.
Don't tell anyone I did this.
Man.
And they get a real complex.
Is that the Joker mobile?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but that thing went off as I was walking in the building today, and I got a couple of really odd stares. And there's cardboard over here too, if you need it.
So I have a feeling I'm gonna make this for my nephew, and,
Great.
and he's gonna be terrified of it.
Yes, we have children who are afraid. Yeah. But then, so what I really encourage my undergrads to do is just kind of sit it on the table and ask a really open-ended question. What do you think?
Well, he doesn't talk.
Okay.
Well, he does, but he's
Great. That would be interesting. So you know what I would do with him? If you make a movie today, great, but I would put it down in front of him and just video.
we can Snapchat it when I'm
Oh,
done.
yeah.
I don't know, I mean, it's some kind of wrestling.
I know, you're not gonna know until you get started. So as I was shopping, I was pulling things off the shelf and I thought, oh, what will someone do with this? And I told myself to stop trying to guess. How would I ever guess? Yeah.
I am too.
They would cry.
And then they're extras if you need them.
I'm doing this, you know.
No, I know. It's just so funny to see it.
I'm like, I really don't want to do it, but since I like them, I like being moved, so.
I would like you to change them somehow, either additive or subtractive. Or maybe, so I just said that and now I'm thinking, it's time to solve. I was walking down the hall with that and I'm like, I feel very unsafe.
Oh, I feel bad.
Or maybe in
Bend up his
the
face.
narrative, they change, maybe their personality changes. So maybe instead of being a physical toy hack, it's more of a personality. So what child do you have in mind? Yes.
Just start.
So the reason I asked that is, the reason I asked you to think of a specific child is, what would that child expect this to do? Or who would the child expect this to do? And then if you don't do any physical changes, maybe it's the introduction. So this is my friend, and you can be Wile E. Coyote. He, and and maybe just make up a different story. So maybe your toy hack comes in the introduction and how you set up his character. Does that make sense? Okay, just think about it. Yeah. He's a super teacher. He's making a cake. Yeah, or there's
We make it at
material
work,
over
right?
here. We can make him a cake. Yeah, but take your time. There's really no hurry. Adam brought it down.
I don't want to let go of this.
Here, I got it. Okay, I got that. I think you slide something, and I don't want to.
Was a pipe like in?
Right, in there.
You circle it around the pipe.
Yeah,
If that's what I think.
like a pipe cutter, and
You circle it
rotate
around it, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Right, how do you adjust it?
yeah.
Oh.
I don't know the answer.
Should be.
I'm sorry.
I can't. I've done it before.
Oh, there, you've done it.
Bring it over here.
There's a duck or something on the floor here.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Not this
Is she
one.
trying to
but
duck
the-
under the table?
Yes!
I have one and you just kind of like move the piece and then
There's a semi-frightening ladybug. Beetle,
And then you-
something.
then-
I don't know.
hard. You adjust.
Yeah.
You know what? This is more complicated.
So my favorite thing is there was a
Thank you.
child in line behind me at the Goodwill yesterday. And he's like, well, that's a lot of toys.
You have no idea, buddy.
And I said,
Oh, thank you so much. I forgot I left
You're
you.
good. And I said, Dad, look at these pictures. And he's like, I go, I know. they're gonna make stuff out of them. And so every time he's like, oh, I saw that. Oh, that's da 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 da. And I get this out. He goes, what is that? And I go, I don't know. I go, but it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably break it apart.
All right, oh my, good. Starting already. Nice.
We're gonna trade heads. So
Yes.
everybody's favorite color was one of her favorite.
Yes.
It's not good. So I'm actually not anything for video. Stop motion at home before.
Yeah, yeah.
Never sure.
I'll just finish kindergarten or we'll go
She's
to.
going into first, so I definitely.
Absolutely, yeah, you need to.
She's pretty good with it.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Well, and so that's the thing. Right, right. Or you edit it down. You know.
Now.
Here, what can I finish?
Oh, no, I did, I said I should have held it on before I.
Yeah.
What are the those?
Yes, on that table.
Oh, okay.
There's this one.
Here's right there.
That was hot.
Yeah, I was looking at that. But I thought it was.
Yeah, I turned them off at lunch and I was wondering if they would keep that up.
Oh, they did. These are some real good.
Yeah. Well, the packaging that came in implied they were pretty good. So what'd you go to this morning, Ariel?
I was at, you were here?
How'd it go? It was fine, good. Yeah, the morning class was good, just like you guys, they jumped right in, which is what I love, you know, and it was, I said, okay, before we get started, anyone have any questions? And one man said, yeah, can we go? I'm like, yes. So the trick at Joann's, I didn't realize this, or I would have bought more. It was 50% off the final price, so there was something like,
If you're an educator, Joanne gives you a
on a
card.
remnant is $20.
They actually can't use a card now, you gotta use the app, they won't accept the card. Well, you can just add it to your app now, you don't even have to show your. Oh,
I've got big blank paper back here too, if you want a background. Okay, we need to introduce you to Paul Woods. He did exactly what you're doing. He had another remote control car that didn't have the remote, the speaker was working, and he took it apart just like you.
Oh, okay. All right.
And he was asking me questions, I'm like, I don't want it.
Oh, where's the remote?
Yes.
Oh.
No remote.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was thinking the same idea. Can I?
So here's what I want you to know. There was a woman in the session before, I might have her name. She said they will take the item out of the car, it doesn't, and put it in something else, and the radio system.
There's a guy
And reprogram it with a different remote. So something about that can happen. It's about as much as I understood their conversation.
My nephew it's two.
All right, how we doing?
So,
What are you doing?
I'm
Put a little cape on
Snapchat
it,
and see what
and superhero is Captain Morgan.
my pseudo.
Because we can. Because they're 9.
And you choose from an app, is it drink rum at night?
At night. He's not driving,
Exactly,
he's
at
21.
night, at night.
It's legal.
At night. It's all okay.
Okay, there's another screwdriver back here. May I borrow this? What about this? Oh, is the thread broken? Right. Yeah, there are reasons it's at Goodwill, remember?
I should have
May not work.
took this toy and I had
Heavy stuff up there.
For you.
Right, go get your hammers.
And see, the thing is, I like readings. So, because I like readings, I need to, yeah.
Or in Imagine.
Because I was, I
where
really
in
wanted
the
to
Bay
take them
Area?
up there.
Oh.
South San Francisco.
My family, family.
Let me go see if they have one.
Portland,
Let me go see if they have one. If not, I have one of my own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So where do you come from?
I'm in New York.
New York.
You teach elementary?
I am elementary K-5 computer science and robotics.
I teach this though at a college. If anybody needs help. Well,
Yeah. electronics.
That's what I've been trying to do is take apart something, they're not coming apart.
Yeah, I think the thread might be.
Do you have some ideas?
I don't know.
Make it.
You want to?
Yeah, awesome, yeah. Yeah, some is like a
We
model.
can like transfer
You wanna take apart these things?
like for sure figure out what, does it move or no?
Yeah, I mean, the wheels.
But not the motor doesn't.
Oh, no, it doesn't motorize anything. No,
Now she can sit.
no, it's not motorized.
Okay. Well,
Except maybe this, maybe the front.
is there a button difference?
The button is for the sound. There's a on and off switch.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Try it.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is the sound.
You know, yeah, because I was wondering if they did it, but it probably can't make the sound if not this battery. No.
Oh, there it is. Let's find out.
Then this is just take it apart.
Yeah, head's coming off, legs coming off. Try that.
Yeah,
It's a magnet.
it's coming from here.
So Paul found this was his speaker.
Yeah.
So there are people okay, excuse me. I'm gonna take the whole, did I hear? No. Let's see Casey. Okay, I'll be right back.
You can sit, oh, yeah, if you want to sit down, it's okay too. If you don't, that's okay. Yeah, I'm just taking it, I want to see how it's put together, that's all I'm doing.
Oh, sorry.
Transfer the sound to a different voice.
Okay, okay, yeah,
If I can get that to work.
yeah. So
What do you
we
think
just
of my
need to
uniform?
remove the bookcase.
Yeah, I thought it'd be that much joy to pull the Barbie's head off.
Yeah.
Hey, but I lost the head.
Did you change the head?
I laid the head down.
I got the head, I'm sorry.
Oh, you did?
Okay.
I was
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
What are you doing with the head?
I'm gonna put some hair on it.
Oh, he doesn't need the head, he just needs the hair.
Yeah.
like my mom.
I can leave. You want a hairless Barbie?
That might freak her out too much. Oh, I think I like them both. Actually, I want to give it a larger than light head.
Yes. Able to remove.
Oh, you're making a background?
Yes.
Party puppy.
Cool.
He's here for a good
I
time.
can
not
help
a long
him.
one.
Oh, yeah.
That's his motto.
Okay.
What's the toy that you're having?
I am going to put legs. That's what I'm doing.
It's saying let it go to her next.
Oh, okay.
Just said let it go.
Middle.
You were stressing.
I was, but I'm not, I can't hear
But I need to like.
I'll do
No,
that.
not that.
I don't know.
This up to you, they say, okay, what do I do?
I looked at all the stuff I did.
You want this?
I mean, this, what?
I could give her a good haircut.
Well,
I'll give you some good scissors, I'll cut you.
No, but this gets a larger than light head though.
This a beam.
Yeah.
Sure, it's the same color hair.
Upset because I told her.
Because it's a runaway.
Oh, you said the beam? I have this thing with a car.
This is a speaker.
So that's why I mix my son likes that, and I like music.
This extra
I'm
foam
sorry,
that
I thought that was just extra.
This little guy,
this extra foam that I stuffed in.
he's gonna try to work it.
That's what I'm
Well, let's put in the battery and see if the sound's still,
Do what?
put in the battery, just switch it on.
Can you help me?
Sure.
No, you're not my question.
Well,
Just so you-
oh my, rectangular one.
Yes.
Sure.
Just leaving that since the top view.
All right, so just to tell you, to put a larger screwdriver and just pop it off. So there's always a reason it's at Goodwill.
Yeah.
My guess is they couldn't get that off to replace the batteries.
Really?
I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make, okay.
Nice.
my-
Yes.
Yes, I just stepped away. I thought you were about to leave.
So I put them together and we're gonna fight over together.
Nice. Does he have a favorite character?
He probably does, I just don't know.
Yeah.
I'm asking him, what, I'm saying you name, but.
Right.
What's this?
Oh,
You need to send it to Adam.
no, it's,
Yeah.
like repurposing, but
They make it hard to take apart.
she said to,
Okay.
here's
some.
think of
Here's some.
one of the kids, just kidding.
No.
Sleeping as the first kid that comes to
Someone used
mind.
it for a green screen, but
That's who you're making it for,
That's
and what they
it.
want, these toys to do,
this one.
and you pretty much want to do it.
Or what about, and then it's stiffer and then it's some shade. Okay. Oh, there's.
Do you want this on top or do you want
Yes, I
it
have.
to rest on top?
There's a big pile. There's tons of colors.
Oh.
Yeah. But that blue might work. Here. Oh, by the way, the rule is, if it's on the.
using it? Oh.
I don't think so.
Oh, this will be perfect.
Yeah, the rule is if it's lying around, grab it, dig it up. Did you need any other body parts?
No, I think I- just hair.
Just hair.
It's for myself as well.
Just change the card. So
Now just gotta figure out
add
what's
something else on
Yes.
top of
Oh, I want to see, I don't know, I just want to see what's going on.
I see the, I'm not, listen,
Yeah.
when wheels turn,
No.
I don't
I
interrupt.
just done another
This is the only
project
time I
about
get
bear
to
in
take
the
things
woods.
apart.
Really?
In the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
it. Did you sign up for that activity?
And you're like,
Yeah.
I could use a
Would it
couple of
take apart?
these.
No,
Yes.
Probably paint
I
them.
did,
yes,
I have
we
some
could do a
other
brown,
pictures.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll
Environment.
yes.
Okay, I had paper.
Was it what you thought?
No.
Okay. What were you hoping?
I was hoping to like get into the very inside of it. And you don't think we can teach the cards out?
Is there access under there?
No. But it's okay, someone else can do something.
All right, there you go.
It's good.
All right, there's a tiger. If you're afraid of clowns, that might be a good place to start.
Yeah.
Dora. Part of a Barbie.
I know that one's a little weird.
Well, you wouldn't use her as is. We could, yeah, there's
Yeah,
a statement we can make.
It's like going to the car park, pick and pull thing or whatever. I'm just like,
Yes.
Okay, let's see if the glue will hold.
Yeah, see?
Take the leg out.
So there's saws, remember?
Actually, now, you actually helped me out, 'cause look at this. Now, has a tail.
Nice. For balance.
Well, she's running away from Elsa, so she needs to get away a little bit faster.
There you go.
So she's running away.
So, and I need to remember this woman's name. There was a woman here in the morning who said at her after-school place that they do a bunch of makerspace stuff. They will take the remote
Do you
control
want me to
component
glue that
out
on?
of
or
one
just
toy
sit
and
on?
put it in
Oh,
another
another.
remote control,
We're
and
done.
then they've got the control, and so that they can, other
He
things
said
can.
he might have to figure that out. I don't know how. He has like all the remote controls like hooked up to one
Yes,
remote.
Yes.
He doesn't know how to do it. And I'm like, good for you.
yes.
Yeah.
And he'll remember / figure it out at some point. You can tell everyone.
Which finger?
All right, what are we doing here? Love. And I don't even know what you're doing.
He has legs on it.
Yeah, and not only legs, but like blue legs. Yes.
What other color would you do?
Because look, a chick is never gonna have that long of legs, and now look. It's so beautiful.
Socks and down. It's a model chick.
Yes.
You're going to want to glue.
What about, does your chick need hair?
I don't want to glue it, glue the sun, because then you see the glue through the
Or,
material,
There's a
right?
blue dot though.
so let's talk classroom. Who has more than 15 students in their classroom? More than 20?
740.
And one time I have 28.
Okay, what's the largest group you see?
25.
36.
So that's the number I was looking for. So how are you going to do this in a classroom with 36 students?
Good question.
And because you're secondary, what's your time period? How long is it period?
It's an hour, it's blocked, it's an hour and a half.
Okay, so at least you've got 90 minutes versus 38.
Yeah.
So what are some ideas? So we've got 36 high schoolers, and we want them to hack toys.
Group, partners?
Okay, so partners, that's one option. Trio.
I mean, could you do it in several days, you know? Yeah,
Yeah.
so it'll be like maybe a week-long project, you know, give them a project and then each day is a step, but
There's a needle here. but
maybe
there's
have
no
a,
point button.
have a
You have to
box,
use
you
this.
know, where they can put their things
See what
in.
I'm saying?
Yeah, because you got to think about how when they leave, I don't want stuff laying.
Lay
Yeah.
everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Plus, or if you want to be involved, can the other kids, so if you've got 36, maybe do a small group of 6 who hack a toy during one 90-minute, but then my question is, what are the other 30 kids doing?
Can
Program.
my
Okay.
unicorn
Right,
join
so they're
your?
independent work they can be doing.
Mhm.
So that's an idea too. So over a course of a week,
Yeah.
you rotate, or a course of 6 days, you rotate 6 kids through. So my elementary teachers, I always
okay.
think small groups, no more than 6 kids.
Well, that's
more
not,
than that.
I mean, that's just.
And I have an English class too, so, and my IS only, so we
Does it,
have
like,
an
look like
intervention
water?
specialist with 3 other classrooms.
No.
So he's only there part of the time. So when every group practically needs, it's just.
Yes.
It's a little more creative work, but you gotta be way more creative.
Well, I'm
Oh, okay.
So I had 6.
Do you want me to get the silver ones?
That was my normal.
So yours
But
would
your
only
6
be-
is like 30 kids though. 'cause you have
Amen, amen.
Right.
So I understand. And they're 5.
Right. So it's like, just, you know,
God bless.
in that way.
We're making a
you
green
could-
screen.
You could put it in the space,
Yeah.
you know, but.
Okay, but what are you gonna do? What's something cut off?
Now, that would be something I would do. I mean, you know.
That's what I
All
do.
of those, you know, have a, like, I like the way the lady said they had a danger zone, you know.
Yes.
Zone, just have a zone.
It won't, but because my thing is down here and it's not white.
They have magnets. I'll go get some.
Do you have somewhere where I could put all of the beads that are coming out?
Yeah.
I don't want to throw them away.
Yeah, I agree. I also heard one teacher say that he has a tub of stuff that needs to be cut. And so then it goes in the tub.
Oh, how about in this bag?
Oh, perfect. I was gonna put it in this tub.
I just need that.
Oh, well, I see.
No, that's better.
Smart.
I'm gonna go get magnets. I'll be right back.
Yep. Now you don't have to
Yeah,
put so
because
much in to make it look.
We were
like-
talking to Ariel, or no, another person earlier, and she goes, well, we have one-on-one, so I would let them cut it. And I'm like, oh,
No, we're not doing it.
I'm not doing that.
Do you want it more?
God love her, she was way more
Tidy?
ambitious than me.
We can even break these off. We don't have to. It already looks like full. Kind of drooping out makes
Yeah.
it look like it was just stolen. Or we could. Here. No, no, like that. Like.
I like your idea.
I don't know where we're gonna put this. It could go in. Open that first. Now put the top on. Maybe have it come over the, yeah.
Nice jewels.
That totally reminds me of like a Tim Burton character.
The center of balance is up.
Yeah, it's on tiptoes.
Oh,
You have to make shoes.
Do you know the shoes?
Sure.
Heels?
Sure.
Yeah,
You want her to be flat?
No,
Like, you want the bottom to be flat?
yeah, so there's like a wedge. Kind of.
I was thinking these guys probably would be.
All right, magnets.
You got the one more in my hand.
And they're like this. There's magnets on there. And there's a whole box of them.
What's a good shoe name?
I was trying to guess how many, and I'm like, just pick a box.
You weren't kidding.
No, I know. Here, one can, I'll have it.
What was the name? Mama mentioned.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's my, you need another
You
one.
want it all the way to the bottom?
Oh,
Yes, please.
Okay.
You're right, I'm right, I'm like, I can't figure that out. I know it's supposed to be, you know.
Okay.
I was just trying to. Mega.
Rachel, the key with green screen is not to move the camera.
Find the,
Hear that, Steph?
Yes, I don't know anyway.
Oh, yeah, for your son.
Yeah, I need a really small space anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to.
Yeah, you might want to pass down.
And
First I needed just.
if the lights are too much or not enough, you can go somewhere else too.
So I don't know if it's gonna work, but.
What are you talking about? Listen,
All right,
this is my
what's
story.
what's happening?
Oh.
This is exactly what Paul wants.
I'm just taking everything apart,
Good.
see how
Yes.
everything works.
Good.
So instead of having this case, probably put another, the one possibility is put a clear case so
Yeah.
kids can see
A
what's
hat?
going on.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, on
Kind of
top?
like a
Yeah.
cutaway.
Yeah.
Sure, maybe.
Yeah, okay, cool.
What- Is this S-H-O-L?
Yes, D-A-L-E-Y. Sorry, that's my stick and ball.
SHD.
Okay.
That's me being a first grade teacher. How's that?
A-L-D-Y,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, now I gotta take pictures.
Now you're-
Oh, good. All right, now I'm gonna take one too.
Okay.
Maybe, oh, there we go. Nice. Are we gonna create some sort of narrative, movie-ish? Oh, good, good.
And then we might, I don't know how this, I'm missing a character. I'm also waiting for my.
I'd have to redo this guy and some more here I go.
Oh.
So creative.
So,
That's what it is.
one
But you know, it goes
question
really
I
well.
shoot.
Yep.
This is eventually what I'm gonna do, but how did you
Yeah.
finish grants?
Yes,
For
so
me.
I did my PhD while I was teaching.
Yeah, I started.
Yeah, I
it,
just
so
take a
I-
class a semester, it took me like 9 years, you know? But I wasn't in a real huge hurry either,
Yeah.
so I really didn't do anything over the summers.
Right, so I'm actually paper today.
Make it like a little relation though, like.
You'll get it, yeah.
I'm doing,
Joke, no, it's-
I read triple paper 3 a year.
Nice.
But the online program that I'm
Do you
doing.
have to take 3 for them to pay for it?
No.
Oh, good.
Up to 3.
Great.
But my, so I'm going online and they
Yep.
are doing, they only allow you to have
These
2
Right, like
60-day periods off.
conniving.
So my one class started,
Right.
let's just say, my last class ended
Yeah,
July
yeah.
4th, and the next one started July 5th. So,
Wowzers.
so when,
No, I took regular semester courses, so that I
these are
didn't have
like
to.
8 weeks,
Yeah,
but it's designed for like 3.5 years. It's
Sure.
not gonna happen.
yeah, right.
And it's not,
Head
it's
is
not
so
a
tilted.
it's a PhD.
Yeah,
and-
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
So EDDs are great degrees.
Right,
But
but it's like less research, more
correct.
practice.
In most cases.
Yeah.
There are some universities that their highest is an EDD, so it looks just like a
Right,
PhD.
yeah,
But in general, yes, an EDD is less research based.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, so you'll do a dissertation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it. It's.
I think so another thing that drew me to this place is that, is Grand Canyon. They start the first class. So
Yeah.
by the first class, I have to do like 5 lit reviews, and then it's 10 from now
Nice,
on.
nice.
So we kind of have that.
Right, and so you're kind of building a
Right, but
base.
it just kind of feels like I have to know what I'm doing now, and I do. I just don't. It's not, like the
I'll
topic
say,
area.
I understand, I mean, unless they're saying that, unless they're saying that's a requirement,
Right.
my guess is they're saying that because then everything's focused.
Right. So,
But I think it's worse to pick the wrong topic and get farther along
right.
than to take your time and pick the right topic.
Right.
Because at multiple times during the program, you're gonna hate the process and your topic.
I already do.
And so you might as well pick a topic that you're gonna come back to loving at some point,
As far as
that the hate is shorter.
Yeah. So mine is in integrated technology rather than technology.
Yeah.
So I want to do social emotional learning and technology.
Yep.
That technology has not been defined yet.
Right.
So for me, like my first class, review, I did research for technology and learning.
Yep.
I mean technology and social emotional learning. And
Yeah.
this time I just did SEL because I figured,
You're
why
the
not?
one who's
I'm
gonna,
like,
yeah,
what is
make
my-
those connections
Right.
between the two.
My notebook.
Or
Exactly.
you're revealing, or you're
I'm
revealing a
revealing
gap in
that.
the
Right.
research, in the body of work.
Right.
Yeah, and so that's, that's always something you want to look for, because the question is, why are you doing this?
Exactly.
And one of the answers is, because no one else is,
Right.
or not enough, or it's with this one population,
Right.
and I want to add another population to it. So I get what they're saying about it's better to have a topic picked,
Right.
but to me, there's also something to be said for
Right.
letting it come to you.
Because I either want to teach others how to teach,
Yep,
or,
yep,
I mean, that's my end goal, but try to work for these companies like that.
Oh,
write-
yeah.
That write the curriculum.
Right.
That teach them everything.
right.
And I think there is a gap of social learning and technology that needs to.
Yes. So I'm trying to think of the gentleman's name who was sitting back there this morning, and I'll try to see if I can figure it out. But he works high school kiddos who are, many of them on the autism spectrum. So he may be somebody you
It's
want
bubbling and
Like
everything.
last year,
It's not-
instead of this, I was at Berkeley doing some stuff with
Average is just not.
their organizational.
I mean, it's just,
Yeah,
So
gives me the
that
process.
was really helpful.
Do I get to take this?
absolutely.
Sweet.
Yeah, yeah. And then the question, I think my new requirement is you also have to film yourself going through security. I know they won't let you, but I really want to see some people try to get through with this stuff.
Oh, gosh.
Awesome.
I did the-
Love it.
Well, it's a big thing in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
I didn't work it.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
discovery teacher, and it's like, incorporated
For my daughter, I was sending it to her. but I mean,
Okay, if not, they had really.
So for California, it's a requirement. No, I'm in New Jersey. Okay, great. So, but it's not being done.
Nice.
It's not being done.
In theory, yeah. I don't know if it's gonna vote.
That's how it works. My daughter is in that.
I did.
Oh, where's the
It is
motor?
big, and I don't understand why it's not.
Oh, it's in case.
Well, in my
This is already solid.
Are you recording?
Oh, no,
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
And I,